You're listening to Certify It, the podcast for advancing your career in care, powered by the Mason Center for Healthcare Education. Hear news, updates, and discussions from thought leaders in healthcare around advancing your career through continuing education.
Welcome to Certify It, the podcast for advancing your career in care. I'm your host, Doug Bryant, and with me today is one of my favorite people in the entire world, and I always love when she gets to come on here, mainly because we get more clicks and views, because everybody else loves her too. But this is Lavonda Cantrell, who is the Vice President of the Hillcrest Foundation. Hello, Lavonda. How are you?
Oh, I'm good, Doug. Thank you for having me again.
Yes, wonderful. So we're going to talk about the Hillcrest Foundation today. So tell everybody a little bit about the Hillcrest Foundation, why it was founded, and what the mission of the foundation is.
So the Hillcrest Foundation supports the many initiatives that Hillcrest Healthcare has, and I'm so excited to share those with everyone. You know, we are founded on the principle that everyone matters, and so a big part of Hillcrest and that mission is supporting individuals in a variety of ways. So, for example, supporting students in the community that may want to get their CNA license at the Mason Center for Healthcare Education. But you know what? They can't afford to do that. So where we come in and we partner with the Mason Center for Healthcare Education, and so we help support those students. We break down barriers when it comes to financial struggles or issues, and we provide them with opportunities, get their CNA license. We guarantee them job placement at one of our communities, and we pay for every bit of their education, and they, in turn, get an amazing career and job pathway. So that's just one example, you know, educational opportunities. The other opportunity is I like to talk about just recognizing needs in the community. You know, we partner with multiple hospitals in the area, the Office on Aging, different local nonprofits, and we communicate and talk with them about different issues that are, you know, they're struggling with. So, for example, we launched Hillcrest Hillcrest Transportation. And because that was a need that our community was struggling with, for seniors to be able to get access to affordable, quality transportation. So that's another way the foundation supports, you know, not only our own internal residents and clients through Hillcrest at Home, but we also are answering a need in the community to be able to step up to the plate, recognize a need, and be a solution focused. So the foundation supports those efforts. We have big events coming up. One right around the corner, Doug. I cannot believe it. We're on the countdown.
Yeah, that is soon.
It is soon. Yes, we have the Knox Rox Benefit Concert, which is now the Knox Rox Rhythm Festival.
Because Lavonda can't do anything small. You have to take everything and blow it up, right?
Yes, I do like that. I do like to make things, or you can say Lavonda's a little extra, or she likes to make things extra sometimes. Yes, well, you know, this is our 6th year, which is the other unbelievable thing when we started planning this event. Again, this year, we're like 6 years we've been doing this. And so we wanted to attract more folks and build excitement. And yes, so the festival this year will not only have one band, we have 4 bands.
Oh, wow.
I know, which is so exciting. So each band will play roughly 45-minute segments. We have Pistol Creek, which we're really excited about, out of Blount County. Ed Harper, Bill, and Carl will be joining the stage. They're actually going to kick off Knox Rox for us this year. And then we have Weathered, the Johnnies, which I hear are going to bring some 60s and 70s fun. And then Lavonda and the 865 Bandits will be the headliner. So we're excited to play this year. And the other really neat thing is that we also select another local nonprofit to be the Knox Rox Impact Award winner. And this year we are excited to announce that it is Random Acts of Flowers. So isn't that amazing?
Yes. Now, remind me a little bit about what they do in case some of our listeners have never heard of them or...
Yeah, they repurpose flowers from weddings or maybe even a funeral. They receive donations from even grocery stores. So that way, you know, flowers get thrown away if they cannot sell them. at the grocery store. And so they go around and they collect hundreds and hundreds of flowers, and they repurpose those, make those into smaller bouquets, and they deliver those to skilled nursing communities like ours, assisted livings, hospitals, and they just spread joy and love through delivering floral bouquets that would otherwise just be thrown away. So they're making a big impact, and we are excited to share the proceeds from Knox Rox this year with Random Acts of Flowers.
So really, purchasing a ticket to Knox Rox Rhythm Festival is helping in many ways in our community.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Because of that shared fundraising.
Yes, absolutely. And again, this is our 6th year, so we always select another local nonprofit to share those proceeds. And so, and going back to the mission of the foundation, tying into the mission of Hillcrest, is that, again, we're known about giving back. We want to give back. This community that we have been serving for 65 years, which that's hard to believe too, we want to leave it a better place than how we found it. And what that means is that building relationships with other local nonprofits that, again, serve seniors and have the same mindset and mission-driven focus that we do, is that we want to support them. And we've done a great job of that. I think we've given away roughly over $25,000 just through Knox Rox alone. And
that's
so,
a lot.
It's a lot. So it's really great. And I forgot to tell the date. It's Saturday, April the 18th at 865 Axe Throwing from 5 to 9.
Okay, and tickets are on sale now.
Tickets are on
which
sale now.
we will link the web address of where you can get those tickets down in the show notes. And it's not just ticket sales that people have. You have merchandise, correct?
We do.
You're listening to Certify It, the podcast for advancing your career in care. Brought to you by Propel Insurance. Find innovative insurance solutions in the toughest risk management environments. Over 500 senior care providers nationwide trust Propel to keep their business thriving. Find your momentum with Propel Insurance.
We pride ourselves on our fun merchandise every year. We change it up. So we have T-shirts, sweatshirts, hats. We also will have a food vendor there, Two Coaches Catering. La La Lorraine Boutique will be setting up. And so they'll give back a portion of their proceeds to this event as well. And we're really taking it, talk about extra. Okay, we're really taking it to a whole new level this year because we have a VIP lounge. So what that means is, I know you're like, what is she doing?
I know. I'm trying to figure out how this would work.
Okay, so the VIP lounge is a designated area for VIP ticket holders. So those tickets are $100. The VIP lounge will be in a 20 by 30 tent. There'll be specialty beverages in there, and there'll be a charcuterie board built for kings displayed in there, and just a fun area to network and, again, at the event, but still be a part of the concert while it's going on. So we're really excited about that. And VIPs get front row seating during the concert, covered and supported by the TVA, Federal Credit Union. So we're really excited to be able to offer that this year. Again, another little element to take it to a new level.
So a lot of partners that are coming together to help make this event, and tickets are on sale now. It is on Saturday, April the 18th at 865 Axe.
Yes.
And it's a great way for you listeners to be able to help out in many different ways. And that's one event you have coming up.
Yes.
But because of all the different things you do, and before we get into some of the other events, there's a story I wanted you to share a little bit about that the foundation was able to help with. And it's about the story of the lady who was out of town and was looking for placement closer. Can you tell a little bit about how the foundation was able to, and that's just a real life, true story of someone's life that was impacted by the mission of the Hillcrest Foundation.
Yes. And thank you, Doug, for kind of bringing me back to that point to share, again, the mission of it, because I mentioned education, I mentioned transportation, but another focus area is, our 3 skilled nursing communities where we offer rehabilitation and skilled nursing and hospice services. So we also support individuals who do not have the ability to pay for required healthcare services that they need that are detrimental to their health and well-being. So we had a lady who was at a different community in Chattanooga from this area here in Knoxville. Had a daughter at the time that was a senior in high school. So here she was, an hour and a half away from her, and desperately wanted to get back to Knoxville, but she needed additional therapy services. And her insurance had maxed out, so she had no ability to pay for those physical and occupational therapy. And so through her story and through the foundation, we were able to actually pay for getting her from Chattanooga back to Knoxville. We placed her in our Beverly Park health and rehab community. We paid for her to receive physical and occupational therapy and was able to rehabilitate her to get her not only back to Knoxville, but she is currently still living at home today and thriving and doing well. So that's a prime example of how, had we not been there and provided that ability for her to be able to get the care she needed, I don't really even want to think about the outcome or where she would be today. But we're impacting people's lives in a big way, and I'm honored to be a part of that because that's really at the heart of everything that we do. No matter, again, everyone matters. It doesn't matter your age, your financial situation, your what your needs are. We'll try to find a way to support you.
Yeah, and that's just one of the many stories that I even am aware of. And listeners, if you are interested in some other stories of how the foundation has helped people, you can go back through our Certify It podcast and look at those podcasts that highlight students that have attended classes here at the Mason Center. And the majority of those students were actually funded through the foundation to be able to come get those certifications that in many of those cases, those people were either underemployed and were needing new employment. They had been laid off from other positions that had been outsourced, and they were just looking to change their career. And the foundation has actually really helped a lot of our students be able to change their lives.
Exactly.
And the livelihood of their families.
Exactly.
Through the mission that you all have. Now, it takes a lot of money to do what we're talking about. Like, it's not, healthcare's not free. Education's not free.
Right.
And the Rhythm Festival is just one of many different events that we have throughout the year. So if our listeners are not able to attend on April the 18th, first off, if you're not able to attend on April the 18th, you can still go to the foundation website and give a donation at any time you would like to do that.
Yes, you sure
Just a
can.
small plug.
Yes.
However, if you really would like to interact with Lavonda or some of the foundation board members or planning committee at some of the events, tell us a little bit about some of the events that you have coming up. And there's a new one that the foundation has never done before that I'm very excited about.
Yes. So our three primary events are the Knox Rox Rhythm Festival. We also have a golf tournament in October every year. This will be our 7th year, again, which that's unbelievable. And then we have our Breakfast with the Grinch in December. The newest event that we are hosting, and this is in partnership with Alzheimer's Tennessee, it will be in Blount County at the Capitol Theater on Thursday, August the 27th. And this is the Memories and Miles Bryant Tuggle comedy event. So this is a first. And of course, we'll have a comedian there with dinner and a show. And it's honoring Brian Tuggle and the impact that he made, in his time here with us, helping us develop our Hillcrest at Home program, which now he lives in our Hillcrest Transportation program powered by Tuggle Transport. And he was very, very involved with Alzheimer's Tennessee. So that's how we kind of came up with the name Memories, for Alzheimer's Tennessee, and the Miles is the Hillcrest Tuggle Transport portion of it. But we're really thrilled to be able to offer that event, something new for everyone to join us, and more details to come, but we're excited.
Well, the one thing I think that's really interesting about the foundation, and you've said it over and over today, is, when I ask you to come on and talk about the foundation, most of the time that's exactly where the conversation would go, and the foundation would be what we're talking about the most. But I want everyone listening to understand and even go back and re-listen to this and see how many times other organizations that are also trying to provide services in our community are mentioned, and how many times the Hillcrest Foundation is actually supporting them. Because, Random Acts of Flowers is the recipient this year, but last year there was a different nonprofit that
Knox Paws, placing animals with seniors.
And then there was an adult daycare one year.
Yes, the Daily Living Center was a recipient.
So it really is, by helping the Hillcrest Foundation, that whole thing you said about helping the community and wanting to help the community, I don't know of any better way to help the community than, instead of trying to do something on your own, finding somebody that's doing something really well that is helpful and supporting them.
Absolutely. Because
and being able to do it. And Alzheimer's Tennessee at the comedy event coming up. Yes. It's something that even the foundation that's meant for people to give to is giving back.
Yes.
And that should make everyone feel really good about donating their resources to that.
Yes. Absolutely.
And I just want to say a special thank you to the foundation, because the foundation is a great partner with the Mason Center for Healthcare Education. In fact, without them, we would not even be here. And if you need that story, go back to like episode 3 or 4, where we talked about how this whole healthcare education center came about. But thank you very much for the passion that you have for not just education, but for seniors and for Knox County. We just got out of a meeting where we were talking about this is exhausting work a lot of the times, but it can make you very emotional.
Yes.
When you see how many different things that the foundation touches, and that we have a small part of that.
Yes.
And are able to help so many.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Lavonda, for coming out. Don't forget to get your tickets. They are available now. You can see that link down in the show notes. April the 18th at 865 AX from 5 to 9. And I'm sure there's probably a lot of VIPs that want to be in that lounge that are listening to me that want to grab up those tickets.
Yes, they do.
So,
limited tickets.
So thank you so much. And thank you for listening. This has been Certify It, the podcast for advancing your career in care.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Certify It by the Mason Center for Healthcare Education. Get connected with us on social media and at themasoncenternokx.com. If you haven't yet, subscribe to this podcast on YouTube and anywhere you get your podcast. And if you're interested in sponsorship or donations to help further our cause of providing affordable, flexible healthcare certification programs for individuals seeking career mobility in skilled nursing, senior living, and long-term care fields, visit themasoncenternokx.com.